from finding a profitable topic to customer research to getting your book written in 42 minutes or less. That's coming up in this video. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Emeka here, and in this video, I want to show you something, but I want you to imagine, what if you could go from finding a profitable topic to doing your customer research on it, to creating an outline, and then to writing your completed book in less than 42 minutes. How would that change your publishing business? How fast could you scale with a tool like that? That is what we're gonna cover in this video. This tool is what I've been using to write all of my books. In fact, one ebook that I wrote using this tool, it was the first one I tried with this tool. In the last 12 months, that book has made me over $68,000. This tool is the tool I recommend all my students to make. In fact, it's an integral part of our book creation and our customer research lesson inside the program. That's how important this tool is. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it for free. So let's get to it. So the tool that I'm talking about is Dibbly Create's guided book flow. And this tool, what it does is not only does it help you find profitable topics, well, this kind of like KIP Scout, but it's kind of incorporated inside of it. But then it does all the research for you. All of it, like all of it. Then it creates an outline, then it writes your entire book for you. And this is all done within a matter of minutes and a few clicks here and there. I want you to think, what if you find the profitable topics on Amazon? We got like 5 or 6 books, killing it. Low competition, good BSR, good income, monthly, and then we do the research based on those books, because those are the books that are doing well. So let's research those books, find out what people like about them, find out what people don't like about them, and then we use that research and we build an outline from it. The goal of the outline is to present something that's better than those best-selling books, because we know what people like and what they don't like, so we can create something even better. And then from there, we take that outline that's based off of the research, that's based off of those best-selling books already, proven and making money, and then we write a book on it. And this is all done seamlessly with a few clicks of the button. That is what guided book flow is all about. This tool is the best way to write your ebooks or your books in 2026, bar none. Nothing comes close to it on the market. So I wanna show you exactly how I use it, my process for using it. And like I said earlier, it's how I write all my books. Do like 68 grand in a year. So let's get into it, and a little caveat here. This video was kind of filmed in a couple different locations. The sound quality might vary a little bit, so please bear with me. I promise you the content is really, really good, so just kind of ignore the little echoes in the video if you can. I apologize for that ahead of time. But let's get into the screen share right now.
All right, so step 1 is doing our keyword research to determine what is going to be a profitable topic. So I've done a lot of videos on the channel about this, so I'm just going to go over this part really quick so we can get into the main focus of this video, which is using guided book flow. So the basic thing is I've opened up my incognito browser. I have set my zip code to a US zip code, and we are in the bookstore, and we are going to be going after the keyword first time dad pregnancy. Pregnancy. Let's go back to books. Keep this. Hit enter. Okay, so that's the random topic that I have found written down on one of my list of topics. And then we're going to go up here, we're going to hit our KIP Scout. There will be a link in the description for some reason if you don't already have KIP Scout. It's basically like KD Spy, just better and free. I'm going to make sure my settings are correct. So we're looking for books that have less than 150 reviews, that are making over $500 a month, and we want a minimum of 3 of those to show up and 20 results. Meaning we're only looking at the first page. So right away, by hitting that criteria, it says it's profitable. So I know right now that this is a profitable niche to publish a book on, that there are other people like me who are selling books and making money without a ton of reviews. And that's key. You can see one right here, 46 reviews, and it's making $527 in a month. 98 reviews is making $1,400 in a month. And then this one, it's 106 reviews making $3,400 or $3,200 in a month. And obviously, the more reviews you have, the more money you will make. That is not hard concept to understand. That's just simple business. Oh, we can even include this one right here because it's 157 reviews. The cutoff was 150, but making 600 reviews. So we got 4 books right here that are fitting their criteria, which is really, really cool. So this is a great sign. So we know this keyword, this topic is profitable. So that is the topic, or the keyword rather, that I'm going to be using going forward for the rest of this video. So let's go and write a book on it. So now it's time to get our book actually written. And this is where the magic happens. So I'm inside the Dibbly Create's guided book flow. Remember, there's a link in the description. It's going to give you I believe it's a 7-day free trial, if I'm not mistaken, but link in the description to sign up. And here we're going to go. So I'm going to name my project. So I'll do First Time Dads. So I just know what this project is going to be about. We're doing a full book manuscript, and then I'm just going to hit get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the exact same keyword that I used earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in here, and I'm going to hit generate. And then right away, what it's going to do, it's going to populate all of those books that we were looking at before on KIP Scout. We're basically going to get the same or pretty similar results right here. Great, so you see we have the books that are ranking on the first page for this particular keyword. Now we have 2 options. We can let KIP Scout select the top 5 books, or you can manually select them based on the type of research that you want to be doing yourself. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and just let KIP select the top 5 books that we're going to base the research off of. Then, once I've done that, I'm simply going to hit next. And automatically it's taking the ASINs for those books and it's thrown them, ASINs / ISBNs, and it's put them in here. So it's going to pull the research using those first 5 books as the main priority. Now here, when we're explaining your book direction, I am going to write a bit about what my book's going to be about. So I'm just going to use my dictation function here. So I'm writing a book that's going to be for dads, by dads, and talking about everything they're going to go through for their first time having a baby while their partner's pregnant or whatever the case is. So I'll remove whatever the case is. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to put it in a brief description right there. Now, I will point out, inside my program, we have pre-made prompts that are way more detailed than that. But for the sake of this video, we are just going to be using a very, very basic prompt. But the better direction you give it, the better output you will get from the program. That's very important to note. So, like, this is like a level 2 input, just to kind of give you an idea here. So then I'm going to go ahead and select categories. So I guess I'd be in parenting. So parenting, relationships, pregnancy and childbirth, and then, okay, I don't have to choose a bottom one. So cool, awesome, yeah, I'll just go with that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit generate. And now what it's doing is it's doing all of the research for me. It's using those 5 books as a baseline. It's going through Amazon. It's reading the reviews. It's finding out everything about what people like about the book, what it's selling. It's finding out consumer behavior. It's finding, like, there's a long list of stuff that it's doing right now. This will take a few minutes, so I am gonna kind of speed it up a little bit. But this right here is something that used to take us, I don't know, a week, maybe longer sometimes, because it's going to generate, I think it's about 10 to 12 pages of customer research on not just what should be inside of our books, but what about the consumer buying behavior, what they like, what they don't like, everything. And that is going to be the foundation of what we're going to be using going forward. What it's doing right now is something that no other program on the market today can accomplish. What Guided Book Flow is doing right now. It's going to Amazon, it's grabbing this information, and it's creating a document for us. ChatGPT can't do this, Claude can't do this, none of those other programs that you see on Instagram or whatever have the ability to do it at the level of detail that Dibbly Create's guided book flow is doing right now. Okay, so that was about 7 minutes or so, and now what we have is we have a customer research report that talks everything, that tells us everything that we need to know about the niche and our customers. So introduction, meet the readers. So what we're getting is meeting the readers, Amazon research, winning and losing topics, so things you want in your book, things you don't want in your book, and then recommendations of how to make your book better than the books that I was doing the research. That's bloody awesome, okay? So I'm not gonna read through all of this. When you run this report, you can read through all the details, but we got demographics, right? We have their motivations and interests and values, how they talk, right? Because you wanna use the same type of language that your readers are using so you can communicate and relate to them on a deeper level. Pain points that they're having, right? Many dads have an unclear role definition, right? The mothers have a very clear role of what they're doing during pregnancy, but a lot of dads don't. So, that's one of the pain points that it identified. What they've tried, what they don't want to hear, that they're clueless. And then it goes into the Amazon research, and this is just, oh my gosh, right? Instead of having to go through book by book by book by book by book, it's all right here with a click of a button. So much great info at a click of a button. I love it. And then it brings sources, so it's legit. It brings the articles that it was picking up additional information from, and it's listed all there. This is awesome. Once you've got your research, you can hit next, and now we're gonna build our outline. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna take all that research, and then it's gonna create the outline, the skeleton of your book. Select your audience type. Adults? No, we want men, right? Because this book is for dads. It's focused on men, right? It would be as specific as possible. How many chapters we're gonna have? I'm gonna put 9. It's kind of a weird number, but whatever. Anywhere from 8 to 12 is usually what I go with. 30,000 words is what I'm doing for this book. And now you are a dad is going to be my title, and genre of the book, non-fiction, how to. Okay, now adding some more context. So once again, the more detail you have here, the better your output's gonna be. For this video, once again, I am just gonna use kind of a level 2 out of 10 detail for this type of book. That is just one of the benefits of once you're inside like a proper paid program that uses this type of platform like we do with the Publishing Academy. You'll get a proper prompt in how to maximize this. So this is gonna be a book that's gonna be written for new dads by current dads. It's going to have a feel of like you're sitting and you're talking with your buddies who've all gone through pregnancy, who've all gone through their first child being born, and they're telling that one friend who is about to experience it for the first time. So there's some quick context right there, and then all we're gonna do is hit generate. Okay, so after a few minutes, we have a outline created now based on the research that it did for us earlier. So if you can see here, the outline, it's going to have an introduction and then a whole bunch of points for the introduction. Then it jumps into your chapter 1, the hook. You want to grab them right away for the first chapter, so it's a book that they can't put down. And then it goes into all the different subpoints. These change based on the prompting that you gave it before. So you want to refine this, you simply just refine the more book content, context, and yeah, so the more detail you have here, the more refined your actual output for your outline is going to be. So that's a part that a lot of people kind of glaze over. The majority of you are going to write a simple paragraph or two like this, and you're going to get an outline that will work, but it won't be as good as it could be. By having your context be like paragraphs long, specific details of what you want in your book, that's where the magic happens, and that's what makes this tool so cool. So you go through, and it's just tons of chapters. It's going to give you all the sources that it's been using as well, and then it just kind of repeats all the way down to let's see, the conclusion at the very end. Yeah, so down to the conclusion at the end. So once you've got your outline the way you want it, right? And remember, the more time and effort you put into your outline, the better your book is going to be. Then we move on to the next phase, which is our writing sample. So here you are selecting the tone and the style that you want your book to be written in. So there's a couple different options you can use. So they have a ton of different tones and then a ton of different writing samples, or styles rather, that you can select from. So you can mix and match. I can't remember the insane number of combinations there are, but there's a lot of them. So for example, if we want like it to be humorous as the tone, so it's a bit laid back, it's a bit funny, right? But we want the writing style to be conversational, right? That's probably the style I'd go for actually, because I want it like from dads talking to another dad. So here, let me just hit generate sample and let's see what comes up. So welcome brave dads to be. So you've survived the moment your partner waved a positive pregnancy test in your face. Congratulations. And yes, the heartbeat is yours, galloping in your ears. First-time fatherhood is like being handed the remote with no manual and discovering you're responsible for building the TV too. If you're wondering what to do with all this newfound responsibility and where you'll fit sleep, you're in the right place. That's actually a really good first paragraph. I'm pretty happy with that. So that's actually really good. Okay, cool. So then you can describe the writing style. So this is something I would use chat to help describe a specific type of writing style that I'm going for. So you have that option, and then you can also just add a style example. So if there's like a book you really like, you can just add that style example there, and it'll kind of mimic that as well. Then you can go back and forth, and you can do as many style examples as you want. You can go back and forth, and then you can go right here, example 1, example 2, blah, 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 blah. Easy peasy, like it's not relatively hard. I like this style, so I'm gonna go with it. And like I said, you can play around with this as much as you want. It doesn't take any extra tokens or anything like that. So you play around with it to find the style that works best for you. Okay, we'll just do an example because why not? So let's do something that's like authoritative, like the opposite of what I'm looking for. And we're gonna have it as like satirical. Satire. And let's have it as like very descriptive. Oh, this is probably gonna be awful. It's not my type of style, right? Becoming a first-time father is a profound transformation, one that begins long before a baby's first cry and extends into every corner of new parenthood. This book is designed to be a trusted companion for men stepping confidently into fatherhood. If this is the style you're looking for, though, it might really appeal to you. For me, it's not. So I would simply just go back here. I'm going to use this one. And then once we have all of that sorted out, what we're going to do is we're simply going to hit generate book. Oh, okay. Include chapter conclusions at the end of each chapter. So then it gives you a little pop-up just to confirm a couple things here. Write your tone, your writing style, and you want to proceed. Okay, include chapter conclusions at the end of each chapter. Sure, I don't even know what those are. So let's check this out and then generate. This process is gonna take like 20 minutes, okay? So it takes a little bit of time, and while it's doing its thing, let me remind you, when it's done, are we gonna have a finished book ready to publish up on Amazon? What we're gonna have is the first draft, the crappiest version of your book, your first draft. And so now it'll be time to take that, edit it, rewrite parts of it, of course formatting, but really, finessing it to make it yours. And that's the part you can't skip because that's where the money's made. So I'm gonna let us do this thing, and then we'll come back once it's done. Boom, and just like that, we have a 30,000 word book fully written in, I think that took like 20 minutes or something like that, but we're done. But now, like I said earlier, we cannot just upload this to Amazon. We have to start editing, rewriting, humanizing this book to make it our own, to make it unique, to make it stand out, and most importantly, to make it sell. So what we have here is we have a complete description, or introduction rather, 743 words. And then over here on the side, we can go through all the chapters, the conclusion, the references. So chapter 1 here, it's just loading up here. So 3,200 words, you can see it up here. And we have chapter 1, right, fully written, awesome. I love how easy it is. Okay, so this is the chapter conclusion here, wrapping up. And then chapter 2, right, going through it, all of it, all the way down, and including references at the very end, right? So it gives you a built-in reference list of everywhere, and it's done in the proper format. So it's like that, it's just ready to go. You don't have to do any adjustments with that, which is great. So that is guided book flow at a high-level overview, so to speak. There are some things that we can do as we go through the stages, mainly refining the prompts, that will give it a much stronger output, and you can customize that output as well, which we didn't really cover. But I wanted to show you what you can do with this new amazing tool. So I am going to have a link down below in the description or the pinned comment of this video for you to go check it out. I was speaking to the owner, Marco, of Dibbly, and I'm not 100% sure what you're getting with it. It's either a free 7-day trial, or I think he's giving you a whole bunch of tokens or something. I don't know, but you're gonna get something from using the link. So use the link, take advantage of this. I'd love to know in the comments here in this channel, have you used this software before? And if you have, how did it go? Love to know about it. But yeah, this is the future. This is what all my students use to write the majority of their books. This is what I use to write all of my books. I love it. There's nothing else like it. This is the best in the space by far. So I wanted to give you a nice little alternative to ChatGPT. This, I think, kind of makes ChatGPT look ancient, which is how everything we can go. It's for publishers, by publishers. And I think that's the thing that makes it very, very unique. So till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. Peace.